Hello everyone. This video is about the golden rule and a little bit about integrity. Okay. So one of the ways I try to live my life is by following the golden rule, and it's been one of my sort of guiding stars, so to speak, in my life. Definitely not perfect, but I think the golden rule is a great, following it is a, can lead you to live a good life. And the golden rule is essentially do to others what you'd like to done to you, or don't do to others what you don't want other people to do to you. And this idea has been around for thousands of years in different religions. And anyway, so I'm in the DFW airport, and today I had an experience where I found an iPhone 7. It's not the newest iPhone, but somebody had just left it where I found a place to sit, and I very easily could have just pocketed it and taken it. But for me, because I follow the golden rule and integrity is important to me, I decided to actually try to track the owner down. And although the phone was locked, I could still see some phone numbers from they had received text or made phone calls to. And all of them were in Mexico. And I'm actually, as I mentioned, DFW Airport, that's in Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, USA. And I actually tried calling the numbers, some of the numbers, but none of them went through. And what else? Yeah, and anyway, and I also, I was actually planning to turn it into Lost and Found in this airport, but it actually so happened that the owner and presumably her husband came by, and I was sitting right there, and I handed it right to them, and they were super excited when they got their phone back. So part of the reason I'm making this video is because actually I think the golden rule, besides I think it being an ethical way to live, it can actually make you happier. And how's that? Well, I honestly felt really good when the people got their phone back, because I know I've had phones that I lost before, and I really grateful if people turn them in and so on. I had somebody steal a $600 phone in a country I was traveling in, and that was a huge hassle. And it wasn't just losing the phone. The phone itself wasn't, a huge deal. It was that I had lost a lot of pictures and a lot of files I didn't back up, and those were actually the biggest deal for me. So, I think if I had done it, if I had taken a phone, that, I could have caused somebody else a lot of headache and heartache, lost memories and so on, and maybe they had messages they couldn't respond to. And afterwards, I actually looked up the iPhone 7, a used iPhone 7. I looked it up on eBay, and I could have gotten between 150 and 200 US dollars if I had sold it. But the thing is that, the feeling of self-respect and feeling of appreciation for, going through the effort of actually trying to help somebody, it's well worth the payoff. And I think, the world would be a much better place if everybody followed the golden rule. Unfortunately, many people don't. And when I say the golden rule, again, it's do unto others as you'd like done unto you, or don't do to others what you don't want done to you. And this is assuming you're not a sadomasochist, okay? That you don't like to suffer and you don't like others to suffer and so on. But anyway, so that was an interesting experience because did learn a bit from this experience. It made me feel better, and also you know, it taught me a little bit about life, and it brings to mind something that the Dalai Lama said, that basically there's no such thing as true altruism. That it can be a little bit selfish to help someone, you know, even if it just helps you feel better, and that's fine. You know, even if you get no monetary reward, you can still get the feeling, which is a reward. You know, the feeling of feeling good, feeling appreciated, and all those kinds of feelings. And talking about integrity, okay, again, I'm not a perfect person, but I try to live my life the best I can. So integrity is basically doing the right thing when others, even when others aren't looking, nobody's around. And this is, you know, this is quite related to the Golden Rule. With integrity, I'd assume most people would want to be treated well, not deceived, not ripped off, and so on. And with the Golden Rule, ideally, if you follow it, you wouldn't do that in the first place. But yeah, anyway, so thinking back, I'm really glad I made this decision. I don't think I ever would have considered taking the phone, but I very easily could have pocketed the phone. I don't remember if there was a camera nearby, but it would have, in any case, it would have been super hard to track me down. But I am definitely glad that I did not take the phone. I'm glad that I helped actually find the person, and the person was from a different country from where this airport is. And so again, the Golden Rule for me is a great way to live your life. And you don't need to complicate your life with so many rules, a million different rules. You know, lots of religions have rules about nearly everything. But for me, I think it's much easier and better to just simplify that and just follow the Golden Rule, and that generally will lead you to do the right thing, no matter where you are or what circumstance you're in. And the rule is not perfect. You know, there are going to be gray areas at times, but generally I think it's a good way to live your life by following the Golden Rule. Okay, and so this was just about one experience I've had, but I'll definitely actually remember this experience for a while. So it taught me a lot, it made me feel good, and I don't know if I believe in something like karma. Karma is very unscientific. I don't know if it's possible for it to be testable. But I do have some sort of feeling, or at least kind of a hope, that eventually, if you do bad things, you know, do enough of them, they'll come back to bite you. And usually, if you do good things, you know, someday in the future, maybe you can get some sort of benefit. But if nothing else, even if you get zero reward, zero benefit, zero monetary reward, at least you can have the reward of feeling good. And yeah, obviously at times it can be hard, but I think living by the Golden Rule is is quite a good way to live your life. And as I mentioned, a lot of religions essentially say the golden rule, but in different ways. And the idea has been around for thousands of years. But anyway, so that experience today of finding a phone and helping to find the person, and then eventually the person coming back and claiming their phone, it felt really good. And I hope other people who watch this video can get something out of this, and hopefully you can try to live your life a little bit more using the golden rule. So even if you do just one thing today, try to do something positive, but at the very least, so do to others what you'd want done to you, or don't do to others what you don't want done to you. So I suppose you could live your life and not really sort of be neutral, don't do positive things, don't do negative things, and that's possible. But ideally, you do positive things. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to be making more videos in the future. Please give this video a thumbs up, and I'd appreciate if you could subscribe to my channel, and see you again in another video. Bye.